Jackson, do you just want to try stopping and starting the stream again now?
Already done that. Twice. No, 3 times actually.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Okay, no worries. Okay, too easy. Thanks, man. Talk soon. Bye. I think you should be good to go according to Dave.
Just gonna wait for it to pop up on the channel. Oh, there we go. Okay, does look like it's popped up. So that does mean we're live. All right, hello, everybody. Welcome back to NTEL. I'm Katie, is joined here on the desk with Django, and we are about to hop into, hopefully, a team tonight between Destiny and Casuarina. Gentlemen.
Yeah, it should be a good game. It looks like these games aren't going to affect any of the standings, but in our first game, we do have the second place team, playing obviously Destiny, and then we have Jewpies playing later today. So today is probably going to be more of just to see how the top 2 teams are shaping up, see how they're looking going into the tournament.
Yeah, certainly is going to be a bit of a valuable game in terms of, information, because we're going to be seeing probably the other teams that are looking to make it into the knockout stage are going to be watching this game, studying Destiny off of how they play here. So that's going to be the main thing to take away from this. And obviously, Casuarina, gentlemen, maybe not fighting to make it out of the group stage here, but still fighting to, prove that they have improved over the course of the season, and they are, a team to be reckoned with by the end of things here.
Yeah, and it's an interesting matchup for that as well, considering the last time they played Casuarina Gentlemen, they did actually lose. I remember it vividly because we were talking about how Casuarina Gentlemen are kind of like the Destiny Academy team. It's basically a team filled with Destiny's friends. And the last time they beat Destiny, granted they didn't have Prodigium, but looks like he is back today, so it'll be interesting to see how much of a difference he makes. I know we definitely felt the difference with Prodigium playing last week, so
yeah, certainly is. But one thing to notice is that the last time they played against Destiny and they were able to win, it was actually, let me swap it over because I don't think people can see champ select just here. There we go. Now, one thing to notice is that the win was off the back of Conditioner playing the Xin Zhao pick and piloting it to absolutely dumpster Aceco in the jungle in a 1v1. And Xin is first ban here, so it does show that, they are giving the respect to Casuarina Gentlemen, not allowing the same thing to happen once again. We'll see what they respond with, though. Caitlyn locked in here in response to the Varus, which I quite like. It's definitely a good pick into Varus. You outrange him with your right click, so you have more wave clear with that Piltover Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. I'm not super knowledgeable in the bot lane when it comes to the ADC matchups, at least. But yeah, I have to assume, I think Ardmona's kind of been favoring the lethality Varus recently, if my memory serves me correctly. So I think in that case, he just does outrange Caitlyn, right?
Not necessarily, because Lethality Varus still has to go in and get his auto attacks and still has to, apply his passive to do damage. Caitlyn, if she plays it well, is able to play the lane phase quite well. Varus does have that ultimate to put a ton of pressure on her, but I'm assuming that's going to be answered with the support pickup. Diana and Varus are both locked in. Morgana's on the table here as well, which is quite good into both of those characters. But Jarvan locked in full Conditioner, which is something I'm excited about. Champion that is in a very similar vein to the Xin Zhao that we saw Conditioner pilot this team to success with last time they went up against Destiny.
Yeah, that's it. We've seen Jarvan just have a lot of success over the last 2 weeks as well. He's just been, dropping that flag and sliding in. We don't see him really picking up maybe the most damage or even the most kills in some cases, but he's definitely been a difference maker. Just looking at some of the, assists Jalvin's had in some of his recent games has like just been outrageous. But I'm sure we'll see a lot of it this game too.
Yeah, I really do dislike the Rakan pickup here for Superman, but we'll have to see how it goes. I think it doesn't work well with how Caitlyn usually wants to play this lane, and not only that, but they have 3 champions, which all have a way of locking down Rakan's mobility quite easily and cancelling his engages with W. So at that point, like, your champion just doesn't really do a whole lot, but it does look like they're attacking the enemy support pool here. Makes sense. Prodigium, obviously, very powerful opponent. Needs a lot of respect given to him. And Leona and Set taken off the board, both champions that he has pulled out in NTEL in the past. Looks like Silas.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I know the Rakan ran roughshot over us, over Youngbloods last week, I think it was. So I guess they're just taking that pick away there. And yeah, you're right. The combo with Caitlyn and Rakan is kind of hard to hit, get the knock up into the trap. It's not particularly easy. A bit of an interesting one there, but I guess it is just a counter pick to take it away from Prodigium.
Yeah, especially if you look at their team, you do see that, again, there are just a lot of counters available, and I trust Prodigium, as a player, is going to be picking the characters that do that. Ari is going to get locked in here. Again, I think that's quite risky. They have a lot of champions that displace and interrupt dashes and can lock you down, with obviously Varus ultimate being a very fast projectile that if it hits you is going to root you for quite some time. So picking Ari into that, very unsafe. Malik's clearly having a lot of comfortability, but here is a matchup that Ari definitely does struggle in quite a bit, and that is going to be not only LeBlanc, but Galio as well is one that she doesn't do very well into.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think I actually really like Galio into the comp. Obviously Diana and Gragas are going to be doing like so much diving at this point. Galio's going to get some really awesome ultimates this game, I think. Especially if he can manage to do that on top of a Varus ult. It's just going to be so sweet.
Yeah, you really like it on Prodigium here, because it just means that if Jarvan is ever going in with the Rakan and they both pop, the AoE CC in the Jarvan ultimate, Galio ult slams down on the Jarvan ulti and just completely turns the table of this fight. And then not only that, but they've just locked Jax in as well, which is also going to have a very hard time playing into the very anti-dive comp that they have going here with Galio and Gragas, and Varus to an extent. Does look like Galio is looking to be going mid lane here. It's actually going to be Prodigium on the Gragas bot side, but either way, Galio can still go down to match those Jarvan ganks, which is going to be absolutely tremendous. The champion as well also does do quite well into Ari, is able to lock her up with a lot of CC to allow her to get killed even after level 6 when she has access to the ultimate. And I do believe Prodigium is going to be able to shut down this Rakan a tremendous amount. Body Slam is just going to be such a good answer to Rakan looking for these engages. But what are your thoughts on these two comps? Who do you think ended up winning out?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm leaning more towards Destiny. I think their comp just has like so much engage that's just so powerful that it's going to be really hard to even stop them, even like try to kite it all out and peel it away. It does, Jimbo Baggins has gone back to the Yorick, which was left up, which we've seen him just like not do so well on early game, and then just steamroll the game later. He just starts that split push going, gets that split push going, just I remember him running through a bot lane all the way through, even while his team was like fighting elsewhere. So Jax is going to have to probably try and, match that and try and hold up. I think early on, Jax will be able to hold Yorick off, but, when he has that E down, Yorick is just going to be dropping that shovel in the top lane. It'll be interesting to see if they actually go for like the Diana, Galio, Varus, and Gragas all just roaming around the map together while Yorick does his thing, or if they actually will still just go for like a team fight. Either way, I think it's still in Destiny's favor.
Yeah, it feels to me like Casuarina gentlemen have almost counted themselves in draft, even after certain champions were revealed very early. I think Gragas obviously being the pick 3 in this composition. And they still were willing to draft things like Ahri and Jax into Gragas, I don't know. I think that's a little bit disrespectful for what this champion can really provide to a team, and that is just obviously Body Slam being an incredible displacement tool, being an incredible CC tool as well, but also the Gragas ultimate in fights is really going to be able to make this Jax and this Jarvan have a super difficult time of jumping in, because they jump in, they get Gragas ulted away, and then they don't have their engage tools on cooldown, so they have to just sit there and wait. And while they're doing that, obviously Varus and Yorick and Diana are just going to be absolute menaces to their backline, and they have to deal with the Varus here while drafting fairly squishy champions like Ahri and Caitlyn, responsible for the majority of their damage. I can't help but feel like Casuarina gentlemen have really backed themselves into a corner with this draft. But nevertheless, we'll have to wait and see, but definitely what we don't have to wait and see is exactly who our sponsors are today. Obviously, our major sponsors here, the Territory Zone Paul's Iced Coffee, celebrating 60 years in the top end, as well as the Northern Territory Government and McDonald's Group Darwin, who are responsible for the majority of the McDonald's stores in the Darwin and Palmerston areas. As well as that, we've got all of these lovely minor sponsors for you all. Hashtag support local. And if you are competing in the NTEL, even if maybe you're one of the teams that didn't make it out of the group stage this season, you can still claim some awesome perks at every single one of these great local establishments, discounts, you name it, and you can find all of that over on the Next Tier Esports website. Or you can scan the QR code if you're able to, but I know there's been an issue of the YouTube icon blocking that for some people, but nevertheless, definitely big thank you to all of these folks, and we are about to hop into game, and looking at Destiny here to Django, especially between the two junglers, Conditioner and Aceco. Obviously, this was kind of the rivalry last game. Do you think we'll see maybe a similar thing with Jarvan and Diana? Because obviously Jarvan comes online at level 2. Very, very strong ganker, very strong duelist. Diana, though, typically kind of a level 6 farmer in the jungle.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I think in this case, however, you're right. When we're looking at the champions, I think Jarvan does have the edge earlier on and can make more of an impact around the map. But if we look at the players themselves, I think Aceco has just been way more proactive in his games and just favors like early ganks over everything, and always knows how to find them as well. He's so good in the jungle when it counts, and this Diana has been one of his best champs this year too. I think the jungle matchup probably does go into Aceco's favor, but it's definitely not like unlosable for Conditioner. There's a lot he can do here as well.
Yeah, Aceco, I mean, I'd like to kind of coin him as the sink or swim jungler for multiple seasons now. He plays these very high risk, high reward champions in the jungle that are just terrible if they're behind, but Jimbo Baggins maybe looking to get caught out here. Friendly popping the counter-strike, flash forward, the stun connects, the knock-up from Superman a little late. Jimbo Baggins going to flash out of that one nice and safe.
Yeah, they got the flash out, which can be big. I mean, Friendly using his too probably makes a big deal, but, I think Yorick already kind of struggles with ganks. It should, if Conditioner goes down and starts this blue, I think Jimbo needs to be really scared of that level 3 start. That level 3 gank, I should say, from Jarvan. Big shout out to Chris Strider in the chat too, making a really good point, saying Varus still making it through. Guess people don't respect it enough. That's so true too. We've been culprits of this before, just leaving the Varus up, and it's just been absolutely dominating. Ardmona's been having such a good time on this champ. It's been really popping off. There's really no respect getting handed over. I think people are more scared of the other threats, but the last few games that Ardmona's been able to play on Varus have been absolute carries. Yeah,
Varus is just such a good AD carry. Definitely one of the ones that I recommend teams pay more attention to. Super strong overall. Definitely very heads up from Ardmona to be, piloting this champion so often. Because honestly, in these games, quite often the difference in range between Varus and Caitlyn and the difference in wave clear between Varus and Caitlyn won't actually get abused to its full potential, right? Like, you won't have a Caitlyn slightly edging out of Varus to get lane prior as Dragon spawn so their team can rotate like a few seconds faster to set up and get on it, right? Like, those kind of like seconds matter situations won't often appear in this level of play, whereas Varus has certain strengths that do come up in this level of play, such as having the ability to randomly hit someone with an ult and one-shot them once you get a few lethality items going. So I do love the decision to go Varus over Caitlyn. I just think in terms of ease of pilotability and in terms of relevancy in these games, he's definitely going to be more of a factor.
Yeah, it's also worth noting that Bin Laden is actually playing ADC. Oh, there's actually a gank coming in mid.
DST guard flashes away.
Yeah, nicely flashed. He's respecting that gank. It looks like Diana's also looking. I think my stream did just freeze a little bit. He's going to meet Conditioner in the jungle, but he's just going to flag and drag himself away from that one too. They're going to contest the red buff. I wonder if we'll actually see another kill go down here.
Yeah, Jimbo Baggins is coming down. That's definitely scary. Mona having to watch out though. Look at the poke coming through from Bin Laden right now. And this is what I'm talking about with Caitlyn. Definitely has the ability to bully Varus out of lane if you are able to pilot it. Most low elo Caitlyns cannot pilot the champion very well, but, you know, Bin Laden here very well could be, you know, a good Caitlyn player that is able to actually abuse this pick to the fullest, which is going to be very exciting to watch.
Yeah. It looks like they're trying to get the gank back in the mid lane, but it's not happening. Malik's is going to be pretty hard to dive this early on, unfortunately. And once you hit 6, it's only going to get, you know, tougher from there as well. This game has actually started pretty slow, considering, you know, the kind of fiestas these two teams are, you know, usually providing us.
Yeah, I think Galio's quite happy to sit there and farm up to level 6, farm up to his item spikes, get that proto belt online, get the ultimate online, and then once he has all of that locked down, he can start looking to make some plays around the map, playing off of Prodigium.
Prodigium holding a huge wave for Admona there too.
Yeah, that's super good. They'll probably look to freeze that if they can. It's a little bit difficult though, just because of Caitlyn having the ability to shove out the freeze and break it with Piltover Peacemaker. So they could decide to opt for setting up a slow push. We'll have to wait and see. I'll actually just have a look at what he's going for here. It does look like he's trying to thin this out, but yeah, this is not going to freeze. Too many minions. It's going to crash. Oh! Yeah, now it's going to slow push. Okay, so they do have a slow push set up in the bot side. They're going for the dragon here, which is a little bit unfortunate because if this push was able to push out, they have a massive wave under the tower. Bot lane has to be occupied clearing this, then they go for the dragon. So I guess they were just a little bit behind the clock in terms of what Casuarina Gentleman had planned here, but nevertheless, they're not going to take it lying down as here comes DST Guard running in with the Predator. Aceco is going to steal away the Infernal Dragon. Absolutely huge. They're going to pick up 2 kills thanks to a well-placed taunt from DST Guard, and now Malik's being the one to get chased down. He finds himself a return kill on Aceco, but it's going to be for naught as DST Guard finds himself a double kill, and that's going to be Destiny taking themselves over Casuarina Gentleman with not just a dragon, but also 3 kills to 1.
Yeah, so much gold just went over to Guard and to Asuko. Definitely not the two that you really want to be, you know, getting ahead. I mean, you don't want to get anyone that was involved in that fight ahead. But, you know, yeah, Guard and Asuko pulling away with some extra gold there. This is going to be the start of the Diana Snowball, I'm afraid. Looks like we're seeing a little duel start to happen top lane. Jimbo is yet to back, so he does not win this trade. He has level 6 first, but
he's going to pop the Matron though, but Friendly looking to go in, using the ultimate there to just do huge amounts of damage, and it does end up popping the R to force Aceco away. There's a big, big wave that he's going to be able to deny to Jimbo Baggins. He's not going to be able to TP in time. It is going to get given over to Aceco though, so not all is lost. But Friendly is looking to be a problem up in this topside matchup, because that is a matchup that Jax only wins more the longer the game goes on.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough as well. Jimbo going back, getting the steel caps on his first buy is the right thing to do, but might be too little too late at this point. It looks like Jax is probably going for the Blade of the Ruin King here too, which, you know, it's just going to make it so much harder. We've seen Jimbo do it before though. He just, you know, can fall behind on this Yorick, but the champion is just such a, like, horrendous late game scaler now. Like, you do not want to have to go against it. He will just run through towers, especially with Demolish, especially when he has his ultimate up. It's going to make it real tricky. Looks like bot lane is just fighting over a little bit of vision here. Not too much going on though, unfortunately. Everyone's backing off as soon as they get vision of the other. Malik's hitting a nice charm on guard onto tower.
Yeah, Guard was able to just rush the Mercury Treads this early into the game, which is going to make it very hard for them to get a good setup off of Charm. That Tenacity going to be a thorn in the side of Team Destiny, or in the side of Team Casuarina Gentlemen, I should say. But Prodigium, as you'll notice, really is not being aggressive in this matchup. He understands that his role within this lane is to really sit back, wait for Superman to try and do anything, and then body slam him. That's all he really has to do. Other than that, he's just chucking caskets to just kind of poke here and there.
Oh, a huge flash E from Prodigium.
Unfortunately,
just gonna get the respect flash from Bin Laden there too.
Yeah, if Ardmona was a little bit faster on that R flash, he might have been able to connect that one into a kill, but bit of miscommunication, a little bit slow on the trigger, and unfortunately the ultimate does allow a gap for Bin Laden to flash out to safety. Very unfortunate, but those summoners...
I suppose Ardmona needs to flash first there, right? So, you know, they get the guaranteed E anyway. Just a bit unlucky. I guess either way, yeah, someone's getting CC'd, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but just unfortunate. Really close to a free kill in the bot lane. Conditioner actually jumping in on Jimbo here. The TP coming out from guard. They're looking for the engage. Guards are moving
very fast
quick.
indeed. Unfortunately, does miss the taunt. Unlucky, and Conditioner going to grab himself.
There, unfortunately.
Those topside Krugs, but looking at the gold, we already see a fairly significant gold lead in this mid lane. Over 1,000. Same in the jungle. We are seeing over 500 in the jungle. So I'd say those are definitely the two roles where Destiny has the potential to carry this one on their side, because I think all other roles fairly even, fairly neutral. It's really this mid and jungle from the Destiny side that are going to be causing an issue. Guard and Aceco, the two players to watch.
Looks like we're getting a big scrap over the Herald here. Conditioner's jumped in, but way too early. So he wasn't able to get there in time.
Yeah, he's just too squishy, unfortunately. Does end up dropping it down. And that is going to be the Herald going over to the side of Destiny. Here comes the SD Guard to pick up Friendly as well. Blue team double kill going over to Jimbo Baggins. But here comes Malix looking to defend the rest of his team. He might have bitten off more than he can chew, though, as he gets body slammed into a Galio taunt. And that is going to be too much CC, too much damage for the young Fox to take.
Yeah, really nicely played there. I think Destiny just had, like, it looked like it was kind of going in Casuarina Gentleman's favor. There was only 2 people actually on the Rift Herald when there was 3 of Casuarina Gentlemen, but there was 2 people like clearing away mid, and they were rotating really quickly as well. Prodigium, yeah, was not far behind, was able to even help pick up some of the scraps of that fight. Starting to slowly sneak away into Destiny's hand here.
Yeah, Destiny are just one of those teams, right, where if you are just giving them an inch, you can expect them to take a mile. They really will just run over you at every step of the way, and you'll notice in these plays, again, a big backbone of what's making it all happen is Prodigium, and it really was, you know, the missing key to Destiny. We saw a period of time where, you know, Destiny was kind of falling out of favor of being, you know, up there, kind of near the Jewpies Angels level of team, falling down towards maybe some of the other teams that are lower in the knockout bracket, but nevertheless, you know, now that Prodigium is back, you know, they are showing that, you know, they are definitely a force to be reckoned with when the complete package of 5 is assembled.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's been a really big difference maker for the team, and while he was gone, Destiny was suffering. They brought in some new blood like Jimbo and I think Katie Cat, but it just really, I think Drunken Monk as well. It just wasn't making the cut, unfortunately. Destiny was still having some really close games they should just like be easily winning, and actually even lost games to, you know, teams like Casuarina Gentlemen. We're seeing the fight start here, I think. Conditioner's looking for the engage.
Oh, DSD Guard getting a little bit greedy there for the taunt. They have to watch out. It's Prodigium waiting over the wall. Galio just going to look to use that blast cone, get himself out. DSD Guard living another day.
This is actually a reasonably safe game from Destiny. They've kind of just been, yeah, just waiting it out and chilling. I think they know that they're just going to win the team fight really hard when it comes, and they've just been playing it really slow, which is, you know, not something that we typically see from these guys.
Oh my goodness, Ardmona whiffing yet another ulti. Doesn't even seem to matter though, as he does have the support coming in there from Prodigium. They're going to be able to find that one. Superman maybe as well with his next Q. Ooh, so close to getting taunted there. And Ardmona actually going to take a tower shot. Ooh, he's going to go down to Superman. Also in the mid lane we do see Conditioner getting 2v1.
Still a favorable trade for Destiny, of course, and maybe a little shutdown that's just been handed over to Superman, but on the right card, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference either. You really want that gold to be going over to the Caitlyn. Just unfortunate. It's what happens when you die to tower, I suppose. It probably went down to the ignite stuff from Superman. Just, yeah, a bit unfortunate there, Superman getting the last hit.
Yeah, first tower going over to Destiny here, quite huge.
Jimbo has actually kind of snuck away with a couple of kills here too. He did get beat by friendly, you know, probably 3 levels ago now. Asuka actually getting caught out.
Does have to watch out here. Superman waiting off in the wings. The knock-up comes through. And they are going to be able to secure that one with Ace in the hole. We're talking about getting that gold over to Caitlyn. And there it is, Bin Laden finding himself a tasty shutdown on that Diana. Swings the gold his way. Once again, back ahead of Ardmona.
Yeah, it's not in... I think it's still looking good for Destiny. You know, you're right, they've given away a couple of deaths here to the bot lane, but, you know, I think it's really going to be happening around Diana and Galio. Even Gragas is probably going to be doing a lot. We can't sleep on Ardmona's Varus, but... oh, nice combo of the
just a little bit too close, unfortunately, there, and is going to get whipped up by the Ardmona ulti, showing that he can hit them when it counts.
Yeah, it's a bit rough, unfortunately. Not too much to say. I think it might just be Bin Laden's inexperience in the lane, maybe. Just no luck.
Yeah, Superman does have the quickness available. Maybe looking to not pop it just yet. Oh, but here comes Ace-Go, looking to get aggressive, friendly, saving the rest of his team though with a well-placed counter-strike, stuns up 3, but he is going to be the first to fall as Destiny continue their tirade onto the fellow members of Casuarina. Gentleman Conditioner getting chased down all the way back to his base, and Prodigium going forward, big engage with a body slam, might have bitten off more than he can chew though as DST Guard goes in, looks for an engage, but not able to find any kills, and Bin Laden, living on a sliver of health, is able to find himself Ace-Go under the tower.
An absolutely gorgeous taunt from Guard there too. I think Superman might have been able to turn that fight with, you know, the well-placed ultimate, but as soon as he pressed R, he got the taunt from Guard, which just stopped Superman in his tracks too. No, like, the move speed wasn't even enough to catch him there. Yeah, as you said, Guard with a slither of health. Once again, like you said, you give them an inch, they're taking a mile. They're really getting so much out of these exchanges.
Malik has actually found Ardmona here, but does whiff the charm. Chains of Corruption come through, but not enough to get Malik's, I'm afraid. Malik's whiffing the charm. Ardmona whiffing the Q. Both of them just kind of exchanging skill shots, but it doesn't even matter as here come the cavalry. Jimbo Baggins and DST Guard looking to make the backline of Casuarina Gentleman look like butter. Friendly, trying to get his teammates out alive, but pays the price. He's going to be the next to go down, and now we do see Bin Laden having to be careful, retreating back to his support as this Dragon looking to be the third for the game for Destiny, ever closer to this Dragon Soul.
Third Drake, 16 minutes into the game. It's, you know, there's an 8k gold diff. It's really looking good for Destiny here. Even more engages going in. Guards just hitting like such good taunts and knockups here. They're really struggling to play against it, honestly. It's really been the difference maker in this game. Everyone gonna get some backs, try and get some resets happening here. And look, as we were saying, today's it's just to see how the top 2 teams are performing, and Destiny's honestly looking really good here. There's, you know, been a few deaths that maybe haven't been the best. Asuka has actually just been caught out a bit behind enemy lines, but you're gonna get that. He's a super aggressive player, and, you know, high risk, high reward. I think they're looking really strong going into finals. Definitely not Jewpies level. This game would probably be over by now.
Gonna whiff the body slam and unfortunately might cop a ton of damage from Friendly. Does have to watch out though as Jimbo Baggins laying down the damage, and here comes Ardmona now. It's looking to turn into a 1v3. Tries to jump in, but that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Prodigium is just able to cancel the engage with that body slam and let the rest of his team clean him up for getting a little bit too overzealous.
Yeah, Prodigium hitting a sick body slam and another awesome ultimate. It's going to win them another fight here. A Jarvan ult might actually get some deaths under the tower, but it's gone down. Prodigium, sorry, a guard has just used his another excellent TP to get into this fight again. And that's 3 down with 4 people pushing the top lane right here.
Yeah, Malix is actually able to find the return kill onto Prodigium, which is going to be a nice bit of gold going over to him. But unfortunately, paying the price for it, and when you're, you're Ari for this team, you are the team's like primary wave clear champion against a team that is sieging you. It's not good to die, even if it's 1v1, and Destiny are really going to be abusing that, looking to take down not only that top side tier 2, but also this mid side tier 2.
Still just standing for now. They're looking for any, lane to engage here. DST's hit another fear again.
Oh, Conditioner looks to go in, but the cancellation. Unfortunately not able to follow it up with that Cataclysm. Wasn't even on cooldown.
Yeah, look, it's kind of just another pub stomp game from Destiny here. They're just doing so well as the game goes further and further. It's getting more kills, more towers, more gold. The increase to 13k. It's not even at the 20-minute mark yet. And this is the Destiny that we're used to seeing, the guys that just will go and take as much as they can.
Prodigium right now, just setting up kill after kill after kill. Honestly, most of these mid to late game kills have just been, again, off the back of Prodigium. In laning phase, Ardmona maybe whiffing the Chains of Corruption twice. But, where that error was, there was Prodigium to cover for it, following it up with his own CC, forcing the 2 AD carry and support players to be pushed out of position by the explosive cask.
Yeah, and that's just it, you can't expect perfect games. We know Ardmona's been playing with some other supports this year as well, and, maybe not used to Prodigium's, super aggressive and, flashy plays, which is fine too. You can't be expected to hit every single skill shot at this level as well. But it has just been a crazy game as well. Even then, he's 6-1 and 7 on the Virus, and I think the damage at the end of the game will show just how much impact he's been having on the game here too, just cleaning up so much as well. And especially Guard, I can't go without a shout out. He has just been fearing every time that team fight starts. He's getting, at least 2 people every time. It's insane playmaking happening all around the map from all of these members.
Yeah, Destiny are a good team and a team to watch, and they're showing exactly why here. Mid lane inhibitor is down. Soul looking to come up any second now. Definitely within the next couple minutes, we will see Dragon Soul being at the helm of this Destiny team, unless Casuarina gentlemen somehow are able to stop that from happening. But I just do not see a world in which that reality is going to take form.
This is really just the Destiny of old. For some of our maybe, newer watchers that are tuning in, another huge engage from Prodigium.
Prodigium just finding them left, right, and center. Conditioner goes forward, but again, the body slam from Prodigium, peeling Ardmona here, flashing over the wall, trying to get away from the ensuing members, though, as it does look like Friendly and Malix kind of huge right now. The solo laners of Casuarina gentlemen doing the mostest, but here comes Jimbo Baggins looking to turn the tide back into Destiny's favor. The Q damage massive onto Friendly. Friendly's going to dive back in, though, looking for Ardmona, but the burst comes through. Godlike for Ardmona, and now Malix left alone to fight Aceco coming in from the wing on the flank, and they are able to clean it back and get an ace for Destiny and the Soul to boot.
Malix wasn't having a bar at the end. He just gave up. He was just back in. Aceco even gave him a chance to walk away with his life, but the rest of Destiny aren't having a bar of it. Just putting him to sleep. That is Soul. 21 minutes, 50 seconds into the game. There is a whopping gold lead right now, close to 15k. This is probably over within the next fight. Yep. like I was saying, this is just the Destiny of old. If you haven't been watching, NT Esports, NTEL, Destiny is back-to-back champions, and I think 2015 and 16, maybe 15 and 17. Anyway, they're insane. ACST are actually getting caught out again here.
I know they won in 2017.
Yeah, that's right. And this reminds me of the Destiny of old. They are just like absolutely rampant, taking everything they can get and just pushing these huge leads early in the game. We used to see them pub stomp the, lower bracket teams, the lower ranked teams all the time, and this is just that all over again. It's really good to see them back in form. And if anyone's going to take
look how fast Prodigium just pulls the trigger on those body slams, just disjointing the Jarvan Flag and Dragon, setting him up for the kill yet again. I talked about this Gragas pick in Champ Select and exactly why it's so good here, and how this lineup of Casuarina gentlemen have backed themselves into a corner, and Prodigium is just really showing how true that is every single time. Friendly, Conditioner, Superman, any of them, look for an engage. Prodigium is there, the body slam is there, just denying them their entry.
Looks like they're going to take Baron here now as well. Like, after this, the game should just be over, right? Once they get this Baron, I just want to see all 5 members walk through the top lane, get another inhib and end the game. They only need like another pick, and that should be it here. So like everyone's going to get their final backs off, and we'll probably see this one wrap up, I imagine.
Yeah, it just blows my mind how good this Gragas pick is into Jarvan. It's like, who will win? A heavily armored, military-trained man, 4th king of Demacia, versus fat man with alcohol.
Hey, he's got the Giant's blood, man. It's all about the Giant's blood. He really be carrying, just drinking his grog. I think he got his like first bit of lore for the first time in, nearly like 5 or 10 years since his release or whatever.
I know
it was just him going to a pub. He's just looking for all these stick liquors.
Oh, great ultimate there, Chains of Corruption, and he actually deletes Superman before the quickness can even touch him. Ardmona with a brilliant play. Here comes DST Guard, double taunt does connect, but no follow-up kills. And now Malik's looking to go for Ardmona, but unfortunately whiffs the skill shot a little bit wide, and the damage from Varus so explosive at this point of the game, and he's going to go down as well. Does look like Conditioner going to be the last one here to face them, as Bin Laden joining him on the reinforcements.
And I think that's just going to be another game. Asuka's looking, blowing the Zhonyas. There's another one going down. Bin Laden getting caught again, unfortunately. The super minions are pushing in onto 2 inhibs, 3 inhibs with Baron, with Yorick ultimate. I think that's just the end of the game. Another huge Chains of Corruption coming out. Friendly, just jumping away. It's all he can do. Preserve the KDA, boys. This one is done.
Oh, no.
And honestly, oh, that's interesting interaction from Galio. Just exactly the game that we wanted to see from Destiny. Like, just want to see them come in and just win this game really, really hard. They only gave up 8 deaths in this 25-minute game. They had 33 kills. Like, this is just peak Destiny once again. These guys seem to have actually been playing and practicing, and they've, got it all happening. So, if this is the day, if this is the team to do it, I'm praying this is going to be what takes Jewpies down. The old guard has to come back and reclaim their throne. Give anyone else a chance.
I mean, definitely could see it happening, but I mean, if we want to talk about MVPs of that game, Prodigium is just sticking out in my mind so heavily. He really, really helped Ardmona through the laning phase, made up for, a couple of missed skill shots here and there on the ultimate. And not only that, but he was roaming mid, pressuring Malix constantly. And then, in the mid to late game, he was just an absolute force to be reckoned with, denying the engages, making the engages, and every single ultimate was basically a kill in one way or another. Just super proactive player. 17 KP, just very, very good.
Yeah, absolutely. It can't be looked past. He's played an excellent game, but, I think Ardmona and DST Guard actually played really sick games today at the moment.
Definitely. They also played well, yeah.
Yeah, Ardmona topping the damage chart. You can never look past that. But I don't know. I think DST Guard's actually sticking out for me. He just was hitting so many taunts, so much CC. He was peeling his teams at all costs, and he actually got ahead in lane too, just allowing him to put out so much damage, with his passive, with his Q. It's actually a pretty tough one for MVP for me.
Yeah, no, we are definitely... I mean, I'm tossed up between Prodigium, Ardmona, and Guard myself. Obviously, Ardmona did pop off in the late game once he had the items online. Most damage by a massive amount. Best KDA as well. But, again, the reason that he was so fed was really off the back of Prodigium. Prodigium definitely did, carry that bot lane, you could say. Played very phenomenally, and then not only that, but DST Guard pretty much didn't do a whole lot until that first dragon fight, and then after that he also just didn't really do a whole lot. He was kind of very passive, and I mean that's okay, right? Like that's how you play Galio. You definitely do just play to be reactive on the map with your ultimate, and other than that, you just want to sit mid, wave clear, look to pressure the enemy laner with your taunt, and he did play that. He did play that strategy to its fullest.
I don't know. I was actually seeing them do quite a lot. I felt like I just saw him constantly using his W at all situations. I feel like he was honestly the really standout player for me. But if we're going between those three, I'm happy to give that one over to Ardmona as well. He's actually just after the laning phase, he really just carried the game on his shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Ardmona, just for that, sick player we saw topside, he was 1v2 or 1v3, and, he's kiting back, lands the Chains of Corruption on a Superman, blows him up before he can do anything, walks forward, Malix whiffs the skill shot, he hard punishes, kills her under tower, and that enables, the DST lineup to take that top inhibitor and close out the game. So, I mean, I can see Ardmona picking up MVP here as well. Also had, most gold on the team. So statistics-wise, is looking good for him as well. So, I mean, I'm happy to give it over to Ardmona. Unless you object. Or is that fine? Django? Hello? I think we've lost the Django, folks.
Sorry, excuse me, my microphone was muted. Yeah, look, it can honestly go any of those three. I'm happy to give it to any of those. I'll let you make the final decision for that one.
Alrighty, so yeah, I guess but I don't know, again,
yeah, that's how I feel.
Dude, I don't know.
All three of those guys just played so
good. It's one of those things where
sure we give skins to all of them.
He made a sick pop off, but it was it was after DST Guard and Prodigium had already basically delivered the game just by those two players themselves. So it's so hard, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, he was cleaning up so many of those fights too.
Okay,
the damage graph can't be counted out.
I'm gonna have to say Prodigium.
You wanna flip a coin for Guard or Prodigium?
Prodigium has more KP by one.
That's true. That is true, but DST Guard's got all the damage as well. I know that comes down to build and stuff, but I don't know. It's tough.
All right, we'll talk about SVP, and then maybe when we come back, it'll be easier. So SVP,
yeah, okay,
for this other lineup, honestly, it's hard for me. I think Friendly did actually win the lane 1v1, which can't be ignored.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. He did get the 1v1 kill, but kind of spiraled in the deaths after that. He was getting picked off over and over again. Yeah, I don't. SVP is honestly hard too. I don't feel like any of these guys particularly got ahead, except for Friendly getting that 1v1 first blood. Happy to hand it over there.
All right, Friendly going to be the SVP, and now that I've talked about SVP, going back, I do have in my mind Prodigium. We're talking about top lane. Prodigium was really the reason that top lane snowballed, right? Not only did he help mid, the reason that DST Guard was able to shine in lane phase so much was because Prodigium was there, pre-6 roaming to mid during gaps where he was able to coming back. The pressure this man put on this Ahri is immense. And then not only that, but he also roamed top lane. He counter-ganked Friendly, trying to go in on Jimbo Baggins. And don't get me wrong, DST Guard also came through for the TP, but the first one there was actually Prodigium. So he was just impacting the entire map. So I don't know, I have to give this one over to Prodigium, I think.
Honestly, the chat's going off for it too. If the people want the Gragas, we'll give it over to the fat man. Prodigium earning up the MVP today.
Certainly. Well, congratulations. Now, we're actually going to hop into our next game. In
10 minutes to go.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be Jewpies versus Astra. It's going to be our final game for the season. This is it. After this game, we're going to be heading into finals. And we're going to see the top team make a big statement.
Yeah, certainly. It's going to be Jewpies Angels going up against one of the teams that they, could potentially, could potentially see coming back in seasons after. So there's going to be a lasting impression if Ad Astra are able to, prove something here. But nevertheless, it's also going to be exciting to watch Jewpies Angels really bring the smackdown. But we'll see you in just a moment, I suppose, for that next game.
Yeah, just 5 minutes. Don't go too far, folks.
welcome back, my little kittens. Today we're going to be having a look at our final game of NTEL. This is NTEL Round 12, Game 6, going all the way. It is going to be between our current first seed, Jewpies Angels, and unfortunately one of our teams that are not going to be making it out of the group stage, and that is Astra. I'm Cadius, joined here on the desk by not Django. He's actually dipped out. It's going to be Chris Strider in the seat. How are we doing?
Hey, good. How are you, Jackson? How are you?
I'm all right. Now, honestly, if there was ever a game for this Astra team to live up to their name, this would be it. So I'm excited to see them pop off.
Yeah, I want to see an exciting draft. Maybe put Jewpies out of their comfort zone or play with comfort picks. We'll just have to see what happens, I suppose. But yeah, what are your thoughts on AD Astra this season? Of course, being a new team that's coming in, a bit fresh, trying to get their synergy on. But I think they're doing okay so far. Joining the scene.
You know, again, the team name really says it all. I think if they're looking to prove something, it's going to be winning this game. Obviously, you know, Ad Astra per Aspera being a Latin saying, meaning to the stars through difficulty. And, you know, in this case, you know, Jewpies Angels really is the stars, right? They are the #1 undefeated seed of the tournament. And if they were ever looking to prove a point, this would definitely be the game to do it. But Jax, Olaf, Morgana going to be the bans here for Jewpies Angels. And we're seeing Ad Astra lock out Echo, Aurelia, and Ezreal, which definitely some interesting picks there.
Yeah, some are meta, not so quite, but they're not exactly bad bans. But they're just bans nonetheless. I understand the Olaf ban. They just don't want any issues with a running Olaf that cannot be CC'd, so they just take it away. Same with the Morgana as well. So they already have a composition in mind. But it's glad to see Nautilus picked in the first rotation. We picked it up in the last game versus FF, and it's a very powerful pick.
And obviously very intelligent that they were head smart about banning the Morgana and then first phasing the Leona/Nautilus. They were hovering the Leona, changed their mind to Nautilus last minute. Both of those champions obviously heavily disabled by the threat of a Morgana in the lane. So banning that out allows you to first pick the support, and there's not really much of an answer to it other than Morgana. So taking her off the board allows it to be a very good like blind pick, first pick. Pantheon getting it locked in here. Very good flex champion. Followed up by Diana, which seems like every time you're on the desk, Strider, we do see a Diana on the game.
Well, it is Kiratine, so I'll give him that. It is a pretty meta jungle pick at the moment, but it is a bit risky picking it in first phase. Just allows you to open up a can of worms coming out of Jewpies Angels. And if there's anything about drafting, it's that Jewpies probably do it best in this scene here. But I am a bit confused about the Pantheon. It is a little bit of flex. Could go mid, could go support, but we'll just have to see how it goes. And Sona Taric being hovered here. Challenge for Jade has been picking up Taric a little bit. It is a pretty underrated pick if it's piloted in the right hands, but we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, I really do like Sona getting picked up here. This champion is broken at the moment, to any who don't know. Sona very good. Taric also getting locked in here, but it does look like Jewpies Angels are, you know, first seed. Win or lose, this game does not change. They're going to look for the big one. They're going to look for the 5 support comp. And that does look like what they're going to be going for here. Taric, Sona on the board, which, I mean, again, now that we know that, it does make sense why they're banning out Olaf and Morgana, because anti-CC tools are obviously going to be very good against the full support lineup. But nevertheless, they are going to be into their ban phase here. We'll see what they take away. I guess they're going to take away hyper carries, making sure it's not a 4 protect 1 style of composition. I don't think that's the case. I do think they are just drafting 5 supports, but I mean, better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Yeah, Jewpies are known to draft supports and must-ye, so we're going to see how that goes for them, or if they're actually going to draft 5 supports. But nah, 80 carries being heavily focused here now. Maybe Jewpies is going to draft something very peculiar. Filia here. Yeah, and they take away the Bastille. They kind of figured it out a little bit. But we'll see what they come up with. They know Challenger for Jade has played that champion quite a bit.
Yeah, Challenger Jade, definitely a big proprietor of the Yi. Does like to play that one, and obviously Tarek Yi funnel strat.
Ooh.
Still in the game, still decent.
Yep.
Riot has tried their best to nerf it, but I feel like you'll never truly get rid of it. You'll only be able to maybe make it not as good.
Yeah, I mean,
the two champions are still able to get it like an item, both hit level 6 and then just dive whoever they want.
Are they just going to run an Aphelios with 4 supports? That would be quite the spectacle. Them all trying to dive.
I just want to see the 5 support comp, honestly. I want to see this be another support.
They're going to run it.
Does look like they are going to be going for it here. Soraka locked in. I would like to see something like the Seraphine, potentially, because I feel like
I guess Soraka is a poorer version of Seraphine.
I feel like they need a little bit of damage, but I mean, I suppose if Sona's going, the Lichbane build, and then Tarek going bruiser-ish, Leona going bruiser-ish, I think it should be okay. My only concern with this comp is that they don't have much in the way of an AD threat, but I suppose that's to be given.
There is a build going around where Tarek goes full bruiser with Lady of the Ruin King and Sterix and his support items, but we'll just see how that goes. I don't know if it'll be used in this game, but just based off Blade X having Tarek as his AD carry pick, so to speak. But no, goes to Sona. So that is probably not going to happen. But Leona mid versus Diana. The sun versus the moon. Jackson, who do you think's gonna...
That's the matchup, isn't it?
It is. It is.
I think Leona actually obliterates this lane 1v1. No cap. I think she actually crushes Diana incredibly.
Yeah, Diana can't do much unless she's running Conqueror with Omnivamp, but even then, it's still a struggle. Regardless,
I mean, she should be running Conqueror anyway.
Got 20 base stats.
So best.
But Soraka versus Malphite though, that's gonna pick up my eye.
That's
Forsaken's gonna.
I would say that's actually Soraka favored quite heavily.
Yeah.
Quite heavily Soraka favored. I think if you're actually you could draft Soraka top into Malphite in a normal game and it'd be good.
I mean, Xin Zhao's got his pickings to gank any lane possible. Probably bot lane.
Obviously, if Xin Zhao comes top after Malphite's level 6, then that's very scary for Soraka. But in terms of the 1v1, especially pre-6, Soraka can really bully the Malphite. Because Malphite's biggest strength, right, is chucking the cheese wheels at people and maxing the cheese wheels. You can't poke Soraka out of lane. She has infinite health, basically. So, therefore, Malphite can't do anything, and he's just going to get poked by Soraka to death. Constantly, and if he ever tries to all-in her, he has to either one-shot her or she's going to get her ult off, probably live, and you're going to look silly. So... so it looks like if they want any chance to win this game, I think they might have to go in with some pretty off-meta builds, maybe Malphite going AP and Xin Zhao going a bit more bruiserish. They let this team scale for free. I just don't... see them actually beating Jewpies in a 5v5 scenario with that composition. So definitely well thought out, the 5 supports that Jewpies dished out here. Yeah, Malphite, first item, Merlin Omicron, potential.
Yeah, but he might just go the standard AP item. What's it called again? Ludens, as every Malphite does. But if he goes Merlin Omicron, then he's obviously listening to his lane versus Soraka. And
I mean, they definitely need anti-heal. All 5 members of this team need to be running anti-heal. No question about it. If you're not going anti-heal against Sona, Tarek, Soraka, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Diana's going to build it. I'm sure Malphite may pick it up, but let's just hope we didn't jinx AD Astra not to build it. Yeah, but I might as well shout out our sponsors, I suppose. Eh?
Yeah, I think Xin Zhao is definitely it's worth going to be picking up a Serpent's Fang in this game. I think Serpent's Fang is obviously going to have massive value against a Tarek Sona Nautilus composition like this one, but you are right. Let's talk about our sponsors that we've got here once again. Obviously, we talked about them in detail before, so I'll just run through them this time. We've got the Territory Zone Paul's Ice Coffee, celebrating 60 years here in the Territory. Big happy birthday to them. The Northern Territory Government and McDonald's Group Darwin, as well as all of our lovely minor sponsors here that you see. and you can support local by shopping at all of our beautiful minor sponsors, and to give you a lovely little incentive to do so, every single place that you have on your screen right now are eligible to give you a handy little discount. If you are an NTEL competitor, all you have to do is head over to the website or scan the QR code you see on screen in the bottom right there, and it'll take you to a page that will explain exactly how to do that. But in the meantime, folks, we are about to hop into this game. Make it known. Who do you think is going to pull this one out? Do you think Jewpies Angels are going to be able to get the BM last game of the season 5 support victory? Or do you think Ad Astra will live up to their name and win this one?
Well, it's all in AD Astra's hands, because right now Jewpies are literally just going to scale. It depends how aggressive this Indown Dyne is going to be, and this roaming Pantheon potentially running PTA. So I'd say early on, AD Astra definitely have this, but as soon as it gets past that 20-minute mark and they're able to scale for free without being punished, Jewpies will eventually run away with it. With that CC and healing, it's just going to be an astronomical mountain for them to climb if this game goes longer than 30 minutes. So I reckon AD Astra is going to pull out a potential upset if they're really aggressive, but it's really hard not to count out Jewpies and just bet against them since they have a perfect record. So I reckon Jewpies will take this maybe in 25-30 minutes, but we'll see how aggressive AD Astra is out of the gates.
Does seem to be that way, but the pings are coming through for an invade from the AD Astra lineup. Looking to head down to the bot side.
And I actually quite like Jewpies 5-on-5. If they can chain their healing and CC and damage together, they might take it for granted. But
yeah, they have a very scary level 1. They obviously have 2 stuns from Tarak and Leona. They have Nautilus Hook, and then they have, Soraka and Sona, who are going to be able to do large amounts of AoE. Sona, buffing her whole team with either the Q or the W. We'll see what he started here, actually. Not skilled anything yet. I imagine if they get into a scrap, it will be the Q.
Oh, that's going to happen very shortly by the looks. If they camp in this bush at perfect timing, they might just catch him out here.
But at the same time, obviously, Pantheon, very scary level 1 champion. So the it goes both ways in exactly what's going to happen here.
Oh my gosh, it's going to happen. They spotted Diana. So they know they're here.
They don't know. Ooh, and
they gotta kill Nautilus, they gotta kill him quick.
Alpha Arcasia is the first target. 3-man stun though, coming through from a Dream to Meme. Kiratine, the damage isn't there. He's the first to fall. It's gonna go over to Real Liam Polio. Easy Doctor now, caught between 3 players. He's looking for a way out, but it doesn't look like he's gonna have any. Doesn't blow the flash, instead just ends up going down, and now Dream to Meme finding himself between 2 players, whiffs the stun on Alpine. The explosive ball is going to go boom, and Chan picking him up a kill as well. Challenge for Jade now flashing forward, looking to get a little bit aggressive. Alpine trying to get the execute, doesn't find it though. Dream to Meme going to pick himself up a kill of his own. Chan, the stuns just keep coming through from Challenge for Jade. The Ignite gets dropped, flashing over the wall now. Bloodexer flashing to follow, looking to finish off this Chan Tristana, but the second available, trying to get his AD carry out to alive. One more auto will do the trick. Bloodexer finding himself his next kill of the game, 2-0-1 on this Sona at only 2 minutes into the game. Kiratine comes back, and it looks like it's going to cause the Forsaken to get a little bit overzealous. He's going to go down once again. Kiratine might actually go down twice here without getting a kill. No, he does end up finding Bloodexer, but he is going to walk into the stun of a Dream to Meme and find himself going down once again. 2 deaths in only 2 minutes on the jungler side of this AD Astra lineup, and it looks like Jewpies Angels are going to come out huge with 6 kills to 2.
Man, that was the most extended level 1 fight we've ever seen in the history of esports up here in the territory. 6-2. Oh gosh, 8 deaths already. It's not even 3 minutes yet. But I was surprised to see Malphite walking up there when his laner, Soraka, was already on the top side. So TP expended, unfortunately. And now he's going to get heavily punished for it.
Yeah, that fight went on so long. It went on long enough for Kiratine to die, walk all the way back, and die again. So definitely something to be said there. Alpine is going to hit level 2 a little bit early. Looks to get aggressive onto Bloodexer, but a well-placed stun from a Dream to Meme is going to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, the lanes are pretty stagnant at this point, but a lot of aggressive trading though. So they're definitely firing here. Diana running Corrupting, which is probably the best way to deal with Leona early on, able to get that tick damage and just constantly proccing Conqueror. Eventually, you'll trade out the Leona if you don't allow her to chain CCU. But yeah, this Nautilus jungle is going to be a bit slow, so hopefully Kiriti can take advantage, as Nautilus can't really get going till level 4, so he's going to be very slow out of the gates. This poor Malphite though.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about this, right? Like, Soraka is just able to bully Malphite so heavily in this early game. And even after the early game, it just kind of dictates whether or not this Malphite is going to be getting enough help from Xin Zhao. Bit of a duel in the river, though. Looks like Alpha Arcasia getting a little bit overzealous. Drops in the 1v1 to Easy Doctor. Now here comes challenge for Jade and Really and Polio to clean him up in the 1v2. He's looking to run down river. The stuns, though, again, challenge for Jade. They just keep coming. Does pop the shield to try and get himself a little bit of distance. One more auto attack will do the trick. Flash over the wall. Really and Polio, his flash of his own to follow. The auto attack does connect. Here comes Kiritine, though, to join the fray. Revenge is landed. Challenge for Jade going to get finished off, and meanwhile, the Forsaken getting into a bit of a fist fight with Really and Polio, and he's going to lose it. Meanwhile, bot side 2v2 is going crazy. Chanchan's going to get exploded by Dream to Meme with the Ignite getting dropped. Bladexa, one more auto will do the trick from Alpine. Yes, indeed, stealing that one away. Tarek, how long do we have on the stun? There it is. And he's going to be able to grab himself the second kill as well. In the top side, though, it looks like Kiritine's still chasing Really and Polio around. Goodness me. There's the dash, looking to get 1, 2, no 3, because here comes Nautilus. Alpha Arcasia joins the fray as now Kiritine forced to be on the defensive. One more auto attack will do the trick. No! Summon Airy will do the trick, and Really and Polio grabbing himself his 4th kill of the game in only 5 minutes.
Wow, that Really and Polio and the Soraka just kited in throughout his jungle and just absolutely baited him to his death, and with the Airy just to add on top of that. But this Leona,
oh my god, this is so gross to watch. He's gonna might turn it around. Oh my goodness, no! No, and the Alpine. Oh no, he does land the W. Okay, that would have been so tragic if he got out of there after such a valiant effort. Meanwhile, bit of supportal combat here in the mid lane. Even though it's obviously not the support. It's Nautilus, the jungler.
So, yeah, Easy Doctor. Thank God he grabbed that Corrupting Potion, able to barely go even with Challenger for Jade there.
Forsaken but he is getting absolutely zoned right now away from this XP.
Yeah, 4 CS is not a lot, but hopefully the jungle Kiritine comes topside to try and break this freeze, because it's not, well, it is broken, but to shove the lane as fast as possible so you can get a reset. But how can you reset when you have only 5 CS? So bit rough for the Malphite at the moment. Double bust as well. This poor Rock, unable to do anything to this Soraka.
Yeah, Soraka top is a legit pick. Like, this isn't even just like a haha 5 supports thing. Like, there are more troll picks on this team than Soraka top. Soraka top is definitely a viable pick.
I think we've seen it at Worlds once. I think it was picked at Worlds
Alpine,
once.
actually, they don't know Alpha Arcasia's here, and it looks like a great stun is going to connect onto Chan. Does get the rocket jump away, but where is Alpine going to go? Back to Fountain is the answer as Bladexa finds the kill.
I want to see a tower dive. Come on, Really and Polio.
I don't know how likely that one is. Ooh, I wouldn't walk up in that minion wave. That is a lot of minions. That is a lot of minions, my good sir. Really and Polio does have Wish available for this Kiritine. Ends up popping it. Tries to keep himself alive, but the red buff might be a little bit too much for him. One more auto would do the trick, and there it is. Kiritine shut down onto this Really and Polio. Soraka finds himself a big 1,000 gold, I do believe.
I think it was 700, but I could be wrong. Ooh, Diana though.
Easy Doctor actually steals that one away, 1v3.
Yeah, Alpha Arcasia had Smite, but yeah, didn't use it. And now he's going to be punished with his own life unless Tarek can save his life.
No, he's 1v4.
It looks like that will be the case.
No way he's going to finish off that one, I'm afraid. Chan does have to be careful as well. No Crescendo available for Bladexa, but still going to give it the respect he deserves and back off.
Yeah, so he got 162 tier stacks, and he's already 1/5 of the way there. And he might be able to finish it around the 20-minute mark based off how lane is going at the moment. Just absolute scraps coming out from both teams here. 23 deaths in total in this game. Malphite able to get 1 minion wave worth of gold now. Hopefully he'll be able to get 2 here. Just an absolute struggle for him at the moment. I do feel for him a little bit. He thought that this would be an easy lane, and now it's not. That's good. It's an absolute travesty. Hopefully Zinzao or Kiratin is able to get this lane going for him, but if not, he's going to literally be a bot with the current gold he has at the moment.
So much damage onto Chan Chan right now. There's Sona starting to scale up. Sona's really broken, genuinely. Like, Sona's very, very good after her rework, her mini rework that she received. But yeah, that's not going to result in a kill, my guy. I mean, it might if Easy Doctor's able to get here, but it doesn't look like he is. It does look like Really Polio is just going to be able to get back nice and safely. Keep scaling up with that Spirit Visage.
Yeah, a bit of synergy and communication issues coming out of Forsaken and Easy.
Double crescendo does land with the stun, unfortunately, just whiffing Chan Chan by a hair's breadth. And they're going to miss the kill because of it. Very sad. Oh my goodness,
She does
Easy
have
Doctor.
Flash, but Flash is too late.
Easy Doctor's still topside. There's going to be a lot of farm that he's going to give up there in the 1v1 between him and Challenger for Jade. But nevertheless, looking to go aggressive in the bot side here. It's a 3v2 situation. Dream to me might actually find Alpine, and he does indeed. Kiratin tries to flash forward for Bloodgexa, but doesn't have the damage. They're looking to turn onto a Dream to Meme here. Misses the stun on both members, and unfortunately that is going to cost him his life, and Bloodgexa maybe might be the next one to follow, but no, the heal just comes through in time. Meanwhile, up in the top side, Alpha Arcasia going fishing, you could say, landing a great hook onto Forsaken, picking himself up another kill this game, but here comes Challenger Jade in the bot side, looking to grab down these 2 kills onto Chan Chan and Kiratin. Solar Flare does connect, pops the Ignite to finish off Chan Chan. Now he's looking to go aggressive onto Kiratin under the tier 2 tower, sorry, the tier 1 tower, I should say, but Easy Doctor gonna make it easy in the name, the namesake of the player, and finish that one out nice and good. But does look like we do see AD Astra starting to show some signs of life in this game.
Yeah, they're not going down without a couple of swings, but it is looking a little grim for them at the moment, even though they're only down nearly 3k gold at this point. They're willing to fight for those dragons and fight for those aggressive counter engages and always following up. It's good to see the team always rotating outside a lane and helping each other, as all teams should do. But a bit of a questionable TP coming out of Malphite there. But I guess he wants the minions under the tower while he gets poked. But Nautilus here being called out nearly.
Yeah, Arcasia does have to watch out here. Challenger Jade does arrive, looking to get the stun here onto Alpine, and the kill is going to connect. Easy Doctor, though, joining the fray with Kiratin. They might look to get aggressive here, 3v3. Now that Malphite's here, Unstoppable Force, going to connect onto 2 members here, but Brilliant Polio, he's in the backside, healing his team. Challenge for Jade looking nigh unkillable right now, but no, not unkillable enough. He's going to go down. Now, Brilliant Polio left to run for his life against these 3 ensuing members. Can he stay alive? The barrier comes through, looking to finish them off. Forsaken, what are you doing? The tower is going to finish him off, and he's going to come up huge with a kill in a 1v3 situation. He's not done, though. He's walking forward. Don't do it. No, okay, he is going to back off. That was definitely looking very scary.
He was getting pretty hyped there. Healing non-stop that entire fight. Just the power of Soraka. Just imagine when she gets a Warmonks eventually. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But nah. Kiratin able to pick up the blue here, so really Polio doesn't pick it up and have it infinite lane sustain. Able to save Forsaken there, just dealing with that Soraka non-stop. But Alpine level 6 now, hopefully he can make more plays with this Pantheon pick with PTA. He is having a rough game at the moment, so hopefully he will be a bit more proactive, and hopefully he picks up Moby Boots as well. Just they have to roam around the map as much as possible here. They can't allow Jewpies scale for free anymore.
Yeah, normally on these Soraka solo lane picks, you usually go for either the Negatron Cloak or the Chainmail, just kind of that tier 2 defensive item, MR or Armor, depending on your matchup. And then from there, you go into the... my stream is completely frozen, by the way, which is interesting.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's a bit unlucky.
Hello, Riot Game, Mark Merle. Let me in.
Just a lot of fiasco going on at the moment.
What is going on, dude?
I'll still commentate regardless.